most people don't ever try to beef with me. Do you know why? Why do you guys think?
They ain't stupid.
Nobody's that dumb. Every one of my enemies, they try to stay anonymous. They try to stay out because, it's just one of these things where, for whatever reason, you think it's okay to beef with me. But that's a big mistake. At the end of the day, I'm very sorry for you. You're an old man. You're an old man that's lost his relevance, and you're trying to reclaim the spotlight from my spotlight. That's not going to work, Ghost. Dennis. In fact, I think that if you ever say some dumb shit again, this album, this Shaolin, I'm going to erase all your shit from this album.
Right here, man. Right here.
I'm going to erase you from the record books of rap. You're going to be done. You're my son. You have to listen to me. I butter your bread. You understand me?
You be a ghost for real, motherfucker.
Without you, without me, you're nothing. And so even though I pity you, I have to give you some punishment. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let this slide. I expect you to write me a written apology from the heart. Some contrition, some long letter where you explain your sorrow and sadness for what you've done. This
not a cranes neither, motherfucker.
Crayons. And you think you're the only tough guy from New York City? I'm sorry, but you don't know us. We saw your boy kill a priest. We saw him getting pitched for, 10 kilos of cocaine?
Like
some of that China white. And what did he do, Todd?
He was copping pleas like a little bitch to the police. He ain't even got no damn year's sentence to his ass.
Yeah.
Copping pleas. I got kids.
I've got kids.
We all got kids out this motherfucker.
And you're crying to the Jake right away. Why is that? Why are your goons not as hard as mine?
Lift up your skirt, motherfucker.
Yeah, well look. Ghost, stop pretending, stop acting, stop lying. Be real, as your video once said. And don't ever mention my name again.
Ever.
Or there'll be more of a price to pay than just this video.
It's with Akademiks, and check it out, because let me tell you out about the dualities of life, man. In case you didn't know, and most of this is really common sense. I mean, a rapper on a record, you hear him popping the most gangster shit. He's talking about he got the most money, he got a yacht, he got a private island, he owns cities, blocks, and hoods. Sounds like a powerful nigga to me. He raps like he's El Chapo. He's cashing out like Bill Gates. However, as soon as he or she gets locked up, if it's more than like $1 million, $2 million bail, he can't get the fuck out. Shows up in front of a judge, whether it's a probation hearing or a bail hearing, crying, lying, screaming, begging, and pleading that he's not a gangster. On the flip side, white hedge fund dude, okay, he ain't got no fame, right? He talks more reckless after he gets arrested. He gets arrested and gets held on $5 million bail, gets out of jail so quickly you'd probably wish you could probably get out of a black barbershop that quick on a Saturday morning. And he's back on the net popping more shit. This time he got goons. Now, while you guys decide whether that's white privilege or just having real money, right? Because there's levels to this money shit, okay? Martin Shkreli, I've been told y'all, man, he's a realist gangster. I mean, he bought a Wu-Tang album, and he's using it as a fucking coaster. Jesus! I mean, RZA's pissed off. I mean, listen, Martin Shkreli, he's facing 25 years in jail, but he's chilling right now. He's not trying to baptize and repent. And after Ghostface basically said a couple things that were critical of him, okay? Called him a shithead. Basically said that he didn't agree with that AIDS thing or with the AIDS drug that he hiked up the price. A lot of people have shared that sentiment. But Martin Shkreli, he basically took offense to it because he's saying, yo, whoa, it's one thing if everybody else is saying it, but motherfucker, I just put $2 million in y'all pockets. The fuck are y'all talking about? Now, I kind of understand both sides. I know you guys want me to just kind of demonize him, and listen, you guys know, I warned you guys about him. He's the type of guy, he basically is a devil in disguise, and he'll offer you the money, and when you do take the money, he is the person that will just pop up and be like, he owns you. Now, he paid for this album. He owns it. And because of that, he is relevant in hip-hop. He don't even got to bail out Bobby Shmurda. I don't even think he will bail out Bobby Shmurda. But the fact is, he is relevant in hip-hop, and he's going to keep disrespecting the Wu-Tang Clan. And unfortunately, because I'm guessing there's no vetting process where they could have figured out who they were selling the album to, they got to kind of endure this whole thing. Right? Because he has purchased an album from them, and even though you may not agree with whatever else he got going on, I don't agree with it. And by the way, I just want to be clear and also fair. When he hiked up the price of the drug, he did bring it back down, but of course, people focus on when he hiked it up. Of course, it was a very fucked up kind of prick type of move. And he doesn't really seem like a guy who gives a fuck about nobody else but himself, okay? He actually comes across like he's watching way too much wrestling and he thinks he's Shane McMahon, or he thinks he's like the real life Lex Luthor. But regardless, him and Ghostface are going at it. He's bringing out fucking goons. And you gotta imagine, this guy's out on bail, right? Now, as I said, most people will probably laugh it off, but you could tell. A guy spends $2 million on an album and uses it as a coaster, maybe he's not fucking around. So I'm not going to just say, oh, he's playing around. He might be really serious. I mean, if you got $2 million to spend on an album, you might have $5 million to get somebody clapped. I'm just saying, okay? Now, what do I think is going to happen with this? I think it's not going to end. He's going to keep milking this for publicity. I think, honestly, Ghostface and Riz and everybody in Wu-Tang, they're kind of realizing what it is. He's going to continually talk shit, and there's nothing they could do about it, sadly. Nothing they could do about it. Perhaps if there was some type of loophole where they could retrieve the album, which apparently there was going to be if the FBI sees it or somebody else, but it looks like currently that's not the case. Okay, so the guy got the album, he's popping a lot of shit. Even though you may not agree with him, I don't agree with him, but in the hip-hop context of what we consider a gangster, somebody who does a bunch of immoral shit, lie, kill, steal, or talk about doing it at least, right? We call them gangster. You can't tell me that this nigga isn't gangster. He's popping them old shit and he's out on bail. All right? So I just gotta say, man, hey, it's a fucked up situation. I actually feel it for the Wu-Tang fans who probably want to listen to the project, but they're probably seeing something that represents a great body of work being kind of disrespected, also being like tossed around, and also it's being held by someone who probably doesn't appreciate it and probably is holding on to it and mistreating it just to spite everybody else. As for the Wu-Tang Clan, I have no problem with them actually voicing like, yo, listen, man, what he did is fucked up, but I will say this, man, he does kinda got a point about some type of decorum. I mean, he just gave somebody $2 million, okay? I'm not saying you gotta wipe his ass, but at least just kinda hit some no comments, okay? But yeah, it is what it is, man. Get in the comment box, make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. I'm sorry, man. I wish I would just say, yo, listen, fuck this guy, blah, blah, blah. But if you really think about it in the context of what hip-hop is and what he just paid for, even though we don't agree with a lot of shit he's done, and I warned you guys, this is not somebody who Bobby Shmurda wants to get him out of jail. And by the way, had he got Bobby Shmurda out of jail, Bobby Shmurda would be going through the same shit, because he would be talking to Bobby Shmurda like he's a fucking slave master. And if Bobby Shmurda talks anything back, he would probably say, nigga, I got the golden ticket to put your ass back in jail, so shut the fuck up. That's what it is. Once you accept that money, and that's the thing I learned, man. Once you take that money from somebody, essentially the person that gave you the money, they basically have now empowered themselves where they could either mistreat you, okay, could disrespect you, and a lot of times, even if you respond, it kind of looks like, yeah, but they still paid you, okay? So, I don't know. You guys get in the comments. You guys probably could shed a little bit more light on it. I know there's a lot of Wu-Tang. Actually, I don't even know if I got a lot of Wu-Tang fans as my listeners, but you guys let me know. Get in the comments. Make sure you guys like. Definitely subscribe to Akademiks. I'm out.